Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. As always, we want to take a look at the Cardano price, but first we start with Bitcoin because Bitcoin is sort of leading the way. So let's start with Bitcoin just on the weekly, just to show the longer term trend. In my opinion, we're still bullish on the weekly. We're still clearly in an uptrend for Bitcoin. I talked in my earlier video today about this cup shape, which is actually forming for Bitcoin on the weekly, which is now playing out for some cryptos like Algorand. But for Bitcoin, it hasn't played out yet. So it actually stopped before it could play out, before we could get back to the 58,000, which would have probably triggered a boom to the upside. However, at the moment, we are not seeing that, but it could really be that we are forming now that handle shape of that cup pattern here. So we need to see if that is playing out. But what I want to talk about is, first of all, we are still here in an uptrend. Yeah, we're above all moving averages. We had that strong retracement to the 20-day moving average, the 20-week moving average, but we are there now. So we have touched that, we have retraced from that. We obviously need to see, does the weekly candle close above it? That is crucial at the moment. However, technically we are still in an uptrend on the weekly, and also the MACD is still in the green. We've made that bullish crossover a few weeks ago. The RSI is still in an uptrend as well. It is dropping at the moment, but we are still above the 50. We are still in bullish territory, and we need to see if that will hold. But at the moment, we still are. What I want to talk to you about is on the daily, just to see how far we could actually go back. And in my opinion, I said earlier today that it doesn't mean just because we saw that massive drop, it doesn't mean that it needs to be over yet. Of course, we could see a V-shaped recovery. I would obviously like that. And we can possibly see that if that level here holds, which is the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, and we had support here already, that's the pretty much the 44,000. So that was holding already. If that keeps holding over the next few days, I think we can see a V-shaped recovery. That's a level, if I were you, just to look out for. Now, if we break that, we will get to the next main support level. In my opinion, that's the 41,200. That is the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. And if we should drop through that, I think the last main one is here, the 38,400, which is the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level. Very important one, guys. I talked about the 38,000 before, and that is obviously all based on the Fibonacci retracement levels here. And we shouldn't really drop below that. If we drop below that, I think that is an extremely bearish scenario, and we could even go back to the 30,000 again. At the moment, though, as long as we hold here the 44,000, for me, we are still in that bullish uptrend. I think even if we go back to the 0.5, we could then continue a move to the upside again. And again, the last one would be the 38,400 for me. And even from here, I think we could see a V-shaped recovery, sort of. But if we drop really to the 30,000, I think that would really scare a lot of people off, and we would really get into scary territory. Well, you know, not scary, I mean long term, but it would be very bearish for me. Yeah, but let's see. Let's hope that it doesn't get that way. However, on the daily, we can see we made that bearish cross now on the MACD. Doesn't look too good. We're also getting into below 50 levels on the RSI, so looking rather bearish. I did say before today that it doesn't mean it needs to be over yet, so we can see some further drops, and I just told you the key retracement levels here. Let's go to Cardano. Cardano, we can see obviously we're trading at 243, pretty stable at the moment. Let's just start on the weekly as well, just to really see where we are at the moment on the weekly. Again, we've made that bullish cross on the MACD a few weeks ago, really bullish, still going up on the weekly, slowing down, of course. On the weekly, we've got out of overbought territory, which is actually not a bad thing, at least technical. That means there is some scope to the upside. And however, we can see obviously that we found support here on the weekly chart. We're currently, well, trading at 243. I did say that, and we actually went down to the nearly $2 level. So we need to see where we close the week. But again, technically, we are still in an uptrend. We're above the key moving averages. We haven't even gone down to the 20-day moving average, which is currently trading here at 176. So sorry, not 20-day, 20-week moving average. Let's go to the daily chart. On the daily, we can see a sharp decline. All the indicators are going down, and I did say that actually before we saw the drop, that these indicators aren't looking great. I mean, that drop surprised me, to be honest, but we saw already the indicators didn't look really good, and they are going down further. Even on the daily, we are now dropping below the 50 level, which is rather bearish actually for Cardano. And also we can see now the MACD has also made a bearish cross on the daily, and we had found support. We actually rushed through below the 20-day moving average, and we found support at the 50-day moving average. Now, should we lose the 50-day moving average, I think we can go down to the 200-day. That would be quite a far drop. That would be 153. For me, an amazing buying opportunity, but I don't think we'll get there very soon. However, at the moment, I did say it doesn't need to be over yet. It's all looking quite bearish actually, based on the indicators at the moment, and also the price action. I mean, just take a look at the huge red candle that we saw here. I mean, it just indicates that there were, however, a lot of buyers stepping in when we hit that $2 level here, which was basically the 50-day moving average, which is good. It's a strong support. So we have that psychological mark of $2 plus the 50-day moving average supporting us here. So a lot would need to happen, I think, to go below $2 again. So because we've got two things here coming together. And let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. If we get a bit more detail here, what's going on, what we can see here is a slight reversal here on the 4-hour chart. We had obviously that long shadow here at the lower end of that wick of the candle, sorry, where we had a lot of buyers obviously step in and buy that up, and now we are seeing more green candles slowly finding our way up. That 200 period moving average on the 4-hour chart seems to provide some support now, might help us slightly to get up again. But yeah, looking at the 4-hour chart, I think we haven't seen that. We haven't seen a bullish cross yet on the MACD. Also the RSI very bearish actually down there. It's increasing slightly. But looking at all of that, it feels like another drop could be coming for Cardano. We are obviously on a shorter term downtrend here, and we can see that on the hourly chart maybe a bit clearer. We can see that we are sort of on a shorter term downtrend, and we can see that because first of all we see long red candles. The green candles are very small on the hourly. We are below all the moving averages on the hourly. We can see that we are still making lower lows, that this is so big move to the downside in a downtrend. So on the hourly chart, we're obviously in a downtrend. I did talk to you about that. Small recovery here, big red candles again, making a lower low. We seem to fail to make a new higher low and a new higher high. So indicates to me we could see some more drops in the next few hours and days, unless something unpredictable happens. We found again support at the 220 level. I did mention that level before. Now what could happen? We could even drop again to the 220 level, and maybe we could even touch the $2 level again. And reasons for me to say that is that it doesn't look like the buyers are very strong at the moment. We see just looking at the price action, we see very weak green candles. I mean, we had strong buyer support when we touched the $2 level, but still we see a lot of red candles again. And the green recovery here is very small, not very strong, I must say. So it seems to be that the buyers are currently quite weak. We made a lower high here, a lower high here. We made a lower low here, another lower low. And we would need to get above, guys. We need to get above the 255 level, I think, to continue an uptrend again. At the moment, we are in that downward spiral at the moment a little bit. Watch for that 255 level. I think we need to get above that, because then we make a new higher high and then possibly can retest that successfully. But at the moment, I think we will retest the 220 again. That's how it looks for me at the moment. Maybe we will attempt a test of the 255, and then you can see, do we make a breakout or not? But for me, I would rather say we don't. We are not successful. Just looking at the price action at the moment, don't see the green volume. We have a 50 period moving average here on the hourly chart coming down as well, which might drag us down a little bit. We might test the 220 level again, might fail that, and might even drop down to $2. So in that case, be ready to buy some more. Obviously, I can't say that clearly, no financial advice, but that's what I think will happen. Could be totally wrong, which then I'm sure we're all happy about if I'm wrong. But that's what it seems like. Just looking at the, in the indicator here, even the automatic analysis just shows a slight sell scenario here on TradingView, and I just see these lower lows happening, and we would need to break that negative pattern with big green candles, big bit of volume, and also we need to break that 255 level. All right, hopefully that was useful. If you liked it, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.